Uh-oh.
What did you fools do?
Oh, we were too busy thinking about each other and not our work. Oops.
Oops is right. If Mr. Edwards sees this, you'll be in a world of shit. Oh dear God! What on earth happened? The conductor tumbled off a boxcar and landed on his back. I better call an ambulance fast. Can't you go any faster?
Do you want to drive and have to weave through all this traffic at 55 miles an hour, you ding-dong?
All right, get the stretcher out. That's it, nice and easy. Wesley, go sign him in.
Will he be okay, Doctor?
Well, it looks like he has suffered a spinal fracture from that fall he took. This means too much trauma was applied to the vertebrae, causing it to be dislocated on the spinal column.
Shit. I guess he'll be out of work for a while.
I'm afraid so, sir. We did manage to do some x-ray testing. Luckily, his injuries are not too severe to the point where surgery will be necessary, but he will need to wear a brace for 6 weeks after he checks out. When he's able to return to work, he'll give you a call.
I guess that's sort of a relief. Thanks, Doctor. This was big news for the Highland Valley gang. He will stay at the Jameson Hospital in Newcastle for 6 weeks at the least. It's indefinite when he will be coming back. Well, Ben and Bridget, I hope you two are proud of yourselves.
For what? You put a man's life in danger for crying out loud.
He could have been killed.
If you had done your job correctly, this wouldn't have happened.
I hope that conductor breaks your wheels off when he gets home.
For that matter, you'll be lucky if he shows any mercy towards you two.
We may have some careless searchers on Rona, but I can't name a single occasion where any of them almost killed someone.
If only Marie's assignments didn't deprive her from Ben.
Yeah, but I guess that's how the ball rolls.
I'm sorry that this happened. I hope he recovers soon. When will you ever learn?
Hey, what's everyone doing here? You're all waiting here as if somebody died or something.
Something did die, Ben. My patience.
What's wrong, Marie?
2 weeks ago, you messed up my train. Our train the crew was short 2 cars, and Fred and I got blamed for it. How could you keep making these mistakes?
It was an honest mistake.
You say that every time, but you never learn. You can never make the same mistake twice because the second time around, it becomes a choice. If I spilled water on the counter, that's a mistake. If I smashed your RCA 32-inch TV with a hammer, that's a choice. Because I'd have to go out of my way to do that. Remember Anthony Weiner, a New York congressman? He sent inappropriate photos to a minor and was caught. He claimed it was an accident. I say not.
I couldn't help it. My mind was wandering.
Wandering? Well, how far can it wander in such a vacant lot? Let's discuss the punishment for these beloved Jeeps, shall we?
I know. You could sell them to the military to be used as target practice.
Eli, when I want your opinion, I will ask for it. As you two know, you exceeded coupling speeds and ignored orders to slow down, which knocked the conductor off the car. Need I mention, injured his back. It's lucky on his part that workers' compensation covers his medical bills, but if you think that was so funny, then I've got karma coming for you.
What's karma?
Now's a bad time, Bridget.
I am transferring you to New Orleans for a little while.
New Orleans? Why don't you instead send us to East Broadtop?
East Broadtop is a narrow gauge railroad, you knucklehead. Plus, they're not operating as of now.
I guess New Orleans sounds fun. We can see parades, even Mardi Gras.
Oh, you'll see parades all right. You'll see.
Come on, we gotta deliver this train.
Ben, we've been ordered to let the parade pass.
What?
This parade may be karma for what you did.
I'm starting to hate that word now.
With Ben and Bridget out of the way, the engines could rest a little easier.
Well, what goes around, comes around.
That's right, Lily. Looks like I won't need to watch Ben for a while.
I still worry about Eli, though.
Well, he sometimes causes trouble, but I like him. Some of his jokes are funny, too.
Not when he jokes about serious events. But I can use reliable switchers to set up my train instead of Ben. Like how Mallory set up ours in Morrisville this morning.
Me too, Will.
Meanwhile, Eli was getting himself into trouble. When he got bored, he decided to head over to Collingwood Yard in Cleveland to stir up trouble with some engines.
CSX? More like Crash Will Explode.
Excuse me? Do you have nothing better to do than diss other railroads?
You know why your slogan is How Tomorrow Moves? Cause there's no way you're getting there today. Too many accidents. More than Gomez Adams with his model trains.
We actually don't derail as often as you claim we do. In fact, we derail less often than UP and KCS from what I heard.
But your railroad is anti-steam.
FYI, we did allow steam engines like CNO 614 to run on our rails, but then management decided to stop it, particularly because of Ross Rollin's arrogance. He often exceeded the speed limit, told us how to do our job, and was just a bother. CSX crews even thought he was drunk at the regulator more than once.
What Eli said would stir up karma by 2020.
So I hear that nearly all of your steam fleet isn't PTC equipped and can't do mainline runs without a diesel leader. And then when 611 went all the way to an Amish Pennsylvania town, it was the first time in a while it ran on its own power. Meanwhile, we helped move CNL 2716 to Ravenna for its restoration. So who's anti-steam now, huh?
Okay, you win. Boy, I wish Conrail sold me the CSX at this point.
Eli, what difference would it make? CSX traded their SD80 Max to NS for some SD40-2s 5 years ago. So you'd go to NS no matter what. Also, CSX is starting to warm up to steam because Ross Rollin isn't running around now.
Back to the prequel now. If you came all this way to taunt us for no reason, you must have no life. Reminds me of a story I heard long ago when a PRR steam engine randomly started bugging some nickel plate locomotives in Bellevue.
Nickel Plate Road? Ha! More like Quarter Bowl Street.
What kind of insult was that? Don't you have some place to be? Yar!
If I take off a nickel plate engine, then my work is done.
You know I'm failing to understand your logic, matey. You're not working, you're just goofing off. Yar!
Not to mention, you're wasting our time too. I've got better things to do than sit here listening to you babble all day. What are you even doing here anyway?
Provoking the rival.
1, you're not provoking anyone. Yar. 2, I'm pretty sure your biggest rival is the New York Central. Rar. We may be rivals, but not as badly. Yar. And 3, all you're doing is dallying and making a huge fool of yourself, yar. If I were you, I'd just leave. Have a nice day, yar.
Engines these days.
Alright, you're coming with me.
But I'm innocent.
I'm not taking you to jail, moron. I'm taking you home. Oh, look. Eli must be feeling pretty embarrassed right about now.
Shut up, trash! You're the engine with no self-control who overreacts to minor things, like telling people to go under shelter and wear a poncho when it's raining lightly.
That does it, Eli. The next time we cross paths, you better run, because I'll aim you so hard that you won't be able to tell if you're on the rails or not.
Oh wow, so scared.
While he sounded sarcastic, he was secretly a little scared. The USS Iowa class BB-61 was my favorite World War II battleship. In 1943, it was on its way to the Tehran Conference carrying President Roosevelt when a torpedo from the escort ship was accidentally fired. Luckily, upon being warned, the Iowa dodged the torpedo just in time. It was recommissioned a couple more times after the war and upgraded with more modern weaponry, but decommissioned one last time near the end of the Cold War. Now it's on display in Los Angeles as a museum ship.
Well, Nicholas, you really do know your stuff about World War II. But so do I. But I will admit, your knowledge is really impressive.
Yeah, not all of us know much about history.
Except Marie. She's more into European history, though. But to me, World War II was just a black and white film.
Well, there's a series called World War II in Color, which takes the original black and white footage and colorizes it. I will say that the uniform colors are spot on.
Part of me wishes I could visit the Museum of the Pacific War in Fredericksburg, Texas.
Just then, Eli arrived.
Guys, I'm nervous. I had an interaction with CSX, a negative one. All I did was see some and nothing else.
I know you're oblivious to your own strength, but you need to be mindful of other strengths too.
That's right, Eli. It seems like American diesels weren't made to last. Heck, Australia has diesels from the early 50s still in active service.
Not exactly the point, but that's cool.
So what happened?
I shot a rude remarks at Trey, and he threatened to assault me.
Eli, you idiot. You should know better than to mess with that guy.
That, Jakov says, messed up stuff for our attention. It's best you don't give anything into it.
Now you have no idea how mismatched you could be with Trey. Kinda like the M4 Shermans against the German Panzer and Tiger tanks during World War II. The Shermans were great tanks, but they didn't have the same firepower, and much of the time it was like they were shooting tennis balls at the German tanks.
Nicholas?
It was easier when the Shermans came up behind the Panzers, but of course the Shermans could go faster since they were smaller. The Tigers were huge, and the Panzers were good tanks.
Alright, I know you like World War II, but stop drifting off topic and help me!
So, what do we do now?
I guess we have to get Eli off the hook. He may be an idiot, but he's our idiot.
Well, leave me out of it.
Bring it in. I may have an idea.
Great. Some girls are approaching.
Think you're so tough and all? Threatening to hurt Eli?
But he was bullying me!
Like what you do? All he did was say a few things. It's not like he actually hurt you.
Yeah, talk about the boy who cried wolf.
You know something, Trey? You have a lot of nerve to threaten me. But I have more horsepower and load faster than you. I run across the mountains all the time and my dynamic brakes haven't failed once.
Oh yeah? I've been over the Sandpatch Summit a lot.
Not all the time. You're often on the eastern seaboard, which is pretty much flat land. And what about the time your dynamics took a crap just outside Sutersville? Oh yeah, I know.
Hey, shut up. That's not funny.
I think it is. I bet you couldn't climb the steep hills on Brownsville Road. Even if it were real, you'd be incapable. Even I would.
Be quiet.
Well, Trey, ready to give up on that threat you made to Eli?
Okay, please. I was just playing with him.
Alright, we're off now.
No hard feelings, Trey.
Eli later told Marie when he saw her in Harrisburg.
Yeah, I shouldn't have taken him too seriously.
You should never take him seriously. He says crazy things just to weird people out or scare them.
Anyways, Eli, I hope this is a wake-up call. You lucked out this time.
I'll never do that again. As you said, it's bad karma.
Eli considered the events from the past week with great care as he helped take 228 from Harrisburg to Norfolk. From there, he got B-17 to crew, and then he led B-62 to Collier Yard to collect trash containers from CSX.
No wonder we have to collect trash from a CSX yard, because CSX is trash!
Don't say it, I hear everything.
Oh, sorry Barry, didn't see you there.
Just then, Eli noticed Dave and Lily arriving with Q438. They had stopped at the south end of the yard for the switches to be turned, and were now slowly entering.
Hey Dahlia and Fake Chloe, can't you move any faster? An old lady with a walker could walk faster than you.
Eli, you've learned nothing.
Oh, shut up, Eli. You know that GE locomotives load slowly.
Either that, or you two are very useless engines.
Dave, he is making me mad. Speed up so we can get away from this jerk.
I'm trying, but my throttle doesn't respond very quickly.
So sad when that happens.
Curse GE for making us slow loaders.
As a powerful EMD, let me show you how much better I can do.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Damn it, a couple broke!
Now you see why slow loading isn't such a bad thing after all.
Karma got him good. Schadenfreude is what I'm feeling right now.
Man, this is really embarrassing.
Well, we live and learn. Someday you'll get it. I hope.
These events came to show that actions have consequences. Ben and Bridget's carelessness sparked a brief transfer to New Orleans, and Eli's taunting almost got him in a tight spot with Trey. Will Eli and Ben ever learn from their mistakes and show improvement in their behaviors? We may never know.
Driving down the street today, I saw a sign for lemonade. They were the cutest kids I'd ever seen in this front yard. As they handed me my glass, smiling, thinking to myself, man, what a picture perfect postcard this would make of America. It's a high school prom, it's a Springsteen song, it's a ride in a Chevrolet. It's a man on the moon and fireflies in June and kids selling lemonade. It's cities and farms, it's open arms, one nation under God. It's America. Got home, I flipped the TV on. I saw a little town that some big twister tore apart, and people came from miles around just to help their neighbors out. I was thinking to myself, I'm so glad that I live in America. It's a high school prom, it's a Springsteen song, it's a ride in a Chevrolet. It's a man on the moon and It's a big flag flying in the summer wind over a fallen hero's grave. It's a high school prom